Hey there folks, Zach Smith, Pest Dude. I'm on location talking about ground squirrel trapping. So let's go over how to catch a ground squirrel, and we're going to use the tube trap, which is a really easy to use trap that is definitely one of the most sure kills for getting rid of ground squirrels. Stay tuned. All right, here we go. This is the tube trap by Wildlife Control Supplies, also called WCS, and we use these all the time for getting rid of ground squirrels. It is like a giant rat trap in concept, but it's all enclosed. This tube is to basically keep you and non-targets, pets, and everything else from getting harmed by this apparatus here. And so you go ahead and put your attractant, I like peanut butter, on the inside of the trigger pan, and the ground squirrel is going to come along and smell that food and enter the trap and step on that trigger pan. And this is the action right here. This is held down, and when they step on the trigger pan, it lets go like that. Not a pretty picture. You set this trap here, it's got a safety hook, and you can then put it out where you want, and this flips over and catches that bar. And wherever you set this, you'll catch one squirrel. If you have ground squirrels or big rats or other kinds of squirrels you're trying to get rid of, but check with your local regulations to make sure you're allowed to use traps in your area for the squirrels you're trying to get. I'm going to show you a close-up of how you set this trap and how you disarm it and how you use the safety trigger. So watch and learn. It's not too hard with a little practice, but don't put your knees or your hands anywhere near the path of travel of that trigger arm because it will hurt you. Right. To set this trap, push this large trigger arm all the way down until it stops, and then flip the trigger pin over, and it will fit into the hole in the trigger pan when you flip it upward. Now the trap is armed. Flipping the safety latch will allow you to transport the trap safely, and it will not fire. Removing the safety hook allows the trap to be armed again. To disarm, push the trigger arm down and it will let go of the latch, and you can return it to home. So now that you know how to use the tube trap, you can catch one squirrel at a time. If you buy a bunch of tube traps, you can catch more squirrels at a time. Just be sure to check your local laws and regs. Always be careful, because traps like this can be very dangerous to your hands. Do not put your hands in there. Do not let children get near there. And if you have any worries, call a pest professional, because you don't want to go wrong with a trap that's this deadly.